Back on the SportsMax Zone, the West Indies fast bowler Alzarri Joseph says it wasn't a good meeting following the West Indies 6-wicket loss to Bangladesh in the first one-day international in Dhaka on Wednesday. Joseph was speaking ahead of the second match set to start Friday morning Caribbean time. Ricardo Chambers takes a closer look at Joseph in our preview to the second ODI.
Edged gone, brilliant. Pace bounce, life, fire from Joseph.
That's what he has shown from his youth days. Pace, bounce, life, as he fired his way into the spotlight at the 2016 ICC Under-19 World Cup, delivering performances which pretty much earned him direct entry to the Windies Test and ODI squads that year. The talent was obvious, but the workload placed on his still maturing body became a constant topic for debate, which intensified as the injuries started. First, a back problem kept him out of the first half of 2018, and in April 2019, a shoulder injury while playing in the IPL forced another lengthy layoff. Between those, there was the loss of his mother during the second test against England in February 2019. Joseph finished the match, and his 2 for 12 was instrumental in helping the Windies regain the Wisden Trophy.
Oh, he's bowled him. Wide of the crease, angling in. Denley offering no shot, has his stumps dismantled.
No emotion from the young man for obvious reasons. He's had a traumatic 24 hours.
But Joseph's performance on that day showed his strength of character, a young man who was ready to overcome almost anything. Now fully fit and having been selected among the best 11 in the ODI game for 2020, he believes he is bowling better than ever.
To be very honest, I think I am bowling better than I was before my shoulder injury. I've had a lot of downtime to think about my game, to do my rehab, to come back stronger. So I think if I look at my performances before April and after April, I think I've been putting up better performances.
Lovely shot. What a classic from Alzarri Joseph.
Joseph is also eager to contribute with more than just ball.
But personally, I'm aiming to become an all-rounder myself. But as of now, I'm just taking everything step by step, and I'm looking to firstly do my main attribute, which is contribute what I can with the ball, and then when it comes to batting, I would, give my best in whatever performance I can put in with the bat, I'll put in.
West Indies will need all he has to offer if they are to even be competitive in the ongoing Bangladesh series. He admits the mood wasn't the best after the first ODI, but says the coaching staff remains supportive.
Well, it was more words of encouragement yesterday evening after the game, because obviously we all saw that we didn't do our best in terms of putting up a challenge in total. So it was more words of encouragement, giving the guys the confidence to come back and do better in this second ODI.
West Indies 1-0 down, but not yet out. Joseph said in the pre-match press conference that he looks forward to shouldering the responsibility of the lead fast bowler. We wait to see what he delivers and whether West Indies can defy the odds amid this latest crisis.
Okay, so George, Alzarri Joseph, one of the stars of the West Indies World Cup Under-19 winning team from 2016, and elevating himself now to the top flight of cricket, has had his ups and downs, but he looks, certainly in how he articulated his points just now, as if he has big things ahead of him.
Yeah, and I must admit that I am disappointed in Alzarri Joseph, and I must say disappointed and put the context quickly. I'm disappointed because I expect so much, because there's so much there to work with. Were he ordinary, I'd have just ignored him, so he would register on the Richter scale at all. But I'm disappointed because I think he can do so much more than he has done so far. He can produce so much more than he has shown. He has, as I said, all the right tools. He showed at that under-19 tournament that he showed what we thought was tremendous scope for improvement, but somehow his improvement has not gone quite as linear as I thought it was. And yes, there have been obstacles which you can't legislate for the effect that personal tragedy and then injury would have had on his development. But I just think that there's so much more there that Alzarri himself can help to bring to the fore, and certainly the coaches around him and those elders outside of active cricket who are speaking to him can help him to bring about. I just think that he hasn't bottomed out as yet, and that's a disappointing thing for me.
Well, let's help get one of the experts to help us to analyse Alzarri Joseph and where he is now in his career. Former West Indies fast bowler Winston Benjamin, like Alzarri Joseph and Antiguan, he is discussing with us now the current state of Alzarri's game as we look ahead to the second ODI. Winston Benjamin, great to have you again on the SportsMax Zone.
Good afternoon.
Well,
nice to be here.
Yeah, first of all, let's open by asking your opinion or your analysis of Alzarri and the state of his game at the moment.
Well, first of all, Lance, you would know that once you're mentally stable, that you can move mountain. I think Alzarri is bowling pretty good. What impresses me more than anything else in the ODI that just finished the other day was the fact that he was very calm and he was consistent in bowling the ball in the right areas. But however, I listened to what's his name, your co-host
George, yeah.
George said that he's disappointed. I think my thing is that he's been poorly handled.
Mm-hmm.
And the state of mind can be also one of the issues why we have not seen that performance that everybody is looking for.
Yeah. Explain.
As I said,
explain.
I thought that his performance was pretty mature. Even though in the W column there was no wicket,
Yes.
I thought he bowled pretty well.
Yeah, none for 17 of 8 overs, 3 maidens, so pretty tidy, and an economy rate, I think, of 2.13. Explain your point, though, about him being poorly handled.
When you look at the game that he played in the test matches,
Yes.
You would have seen other bowlers bowling 2 spells before he gets the ball to bowl. Let me not forget that Alzarri is a fast bowler out and out. And it's kind of disturbing when you would have been on the field and realizing, look, John is bowling 2 spells before I get 1. So then we're looking at a mental issue there. I mean, I am not saying that is the situation, but those are sort of things that are possible. So hence, when he goes to bowl, he's not probably settled mentally and trying to find that rhythm and bowling consistently in the right area can be an issue.
Yeah. I remember Winston talking to Alzarri Joseph in Antigua when he was just about 16 years old in one of the previous SportsMax featured programs we had next in line when we were identifying teenagers and projecting that they will become stars in the future. Overall, as I said, I saw the fire in his eyes from then. He was already over 6 feet tall at 16 years old. How satisfied are you? Or let me ask it this way, because he made a comment in the interview just now that he thinks he's a better bowler now than when the shoulder injury sort of stalled his career. Do you agree with him?
I think he's bowling more consistently in the area that we spoke about. And, as you would have known, Lance, that I've worked with him for quite a while.
Yes.
He's lost a little bit of pace. Again, hopefully that will come back as he continues to play. But I thought that spell in the first ODI, that performance really speaks volume, and we can see the improvement. As he said, he's bowling better, not necessarily faster, because faster does not necessarily mean that he's bowling better.
Benji, I'm so happy that we're talking to you, someone who knows Alzarri so very well. So the issue you highlighted with how he is handled is very instructive. What then have you discussed with him, or perhaps you haven't discussed it, but what then do you think is the reason for his skipper not trusting him in the way you certainly believe he should be trusted on the field?
I'm not part of the training squad. I'm not part, so I can't say.
Benji, are you there?
Yeah, I think we...
The line may have
It's
dropped.
the captain's duty to give every bowler that is going to bowl that confidence that I believe in you and I think that you're supposed to be here. So just go out there and do what you got to do. I don't think that the captain is doing that.
Benji, some people already are saying, and I've heard this in some discussions that I've had, that even based on the numbers, Alzarri seems better suited to ODI cricket, perhaps even white ball cricket, ODI T20, than the test game. Knowing him as you do, what say you to that?
Listen, let me be honest. And I am one who do not believe in this person is ideal for white ball cricket and this person is ideal for red ball cricket. I'm going to reverse that and ask you a question. What do you think Jermaine Blackwood's asset is? A red ball cricketer or a white ball cricketer?
I think he has ability all around the compass.
Okay, but as you can see, and as you would have noticed, they hardly ever picking him in the
ODI squad.
The ODI, and he's a very confident young man. He's not afraid to play his strokes. You know, maybe sometimes you get a little carried away, but if that's the situation, I think he's supposed to be in all the teams that West Indies select.
Yes.
Especially in the climate that we're in right now.
Yes.
So somewhere along the line, something is not right.
Yes. All right. So Alzarri says he feels better bowling than he has ever done before. He says he's bowling better than before the injury. He is perhaps far more mentally settled than he has ever been since coming to international cricket. What have you set as your expectation targets for him on this Bangladesh tour?
Well, as I said to him, just relax, go and do what you know you can do, and put up a good performance. Put your name about so that they can see that you're not just a one-dimensional cricketer. You can play both games, and you also have the ability to bat. We know that he's a good athlete in the field. So all I'm saying, give the young man a chance. Let him show us what he can do. Give him the confidence. Because even look around what we have. There's not a lot left. You got Shema Holder. Kimar Roach is on the back end of his career. We don't know how long Shannon is going to be around for. So what are we looking at?
Yeah, well, we've got to wrap this segment, Winston, but in 15 seconds, just a quick comment on Alzarri saying that he wants to be an all-rounder. We know he has a test high score of 86 and a first-class highest score of 80-odd as well. Do you take that comment seriously?
Well, I'm the one who encourages him because at one point he was telling me he does not have to bat a lot. But I said to him, listen, you have the ability to bat.
Yes.
So you need to bat because in the event that you don't get a wicket or two, you're capable of scoring some runs.
Yes.
And in today's game, you don't want a one-dimensional cricketer.
Yeah. Winston Benjamin, always great talking to you on the SportsMax Zone. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Winston Benjamin there as we look ahead to the second one-day international. Bangladesh taking a 1-0 lead over the West Indies team into the second game early Friday morning Caribbean time. We go to break. Back with more on the SportsMax Zone after this.